would like to introduce our Project of the Year and winner of the Financial Services category. It's another household name which many of you in Asia may be familiar with. Now, this is a bank that has completely reimagined credit processes for corporate and institutional borrowers, not only digitizing the processes, but completely changing the way their relationship managers and credit analysts work. It's a cross-function, cross-border initiative involving business and technology teams coming together to create a platform to simplify credit processing. And they use all the cutting-edge technologies you can think of: machine learning, Spring Boot, and Docker, just to name a few. One of the things that we were most impressed with was how they embraced data-driven innovation, where they turned observations about problems into data points during the ideation process. Now, the bank that I've been talking about all this while is none other than DBS Bank, whose credit architecture program is the winning project. Congratulations, DBS. The award is being accepted by Soumya Ghoshal, Managing Director, Middle Office Technology at DBS Bank. Soumya will tell us more about DBS's credit architecture program, how it has freed up more time for relationship managers through automation, and the bank's general approach to innovation. Over to you, Soumya.
So for the credit architecture program, I mean, the tagline of the program says a lot, which was to reimagine credit in a way that also transforms the way we work, right? So I would take that in two parts. Firstly, the part about reimagining the whole credit process and for the institutional borrowers, right? And that's where we used what we called the 3 Ps. It starts with people. So it was a lot about changing the behavior, habits, and evolving mindsets, right? It's also about process. So it's about reimagining the whole process, simplifying it, standardizing, digitalizing it, right? And lastly, it's also about the platform. And that's the technology platform that's been built out. Through this whole program, what we've achieved is take a set of processes that used to be quite sequential, but then turn that into a more collaborative work model. Of course, that what that has done is freed up more times for our relationship managers and CRMs, the credit relationship managers. Added on top of that, or bolted on top of this process of turning sequential tasks into a collaborative work model, there's been aspects of standardization, simplification, and of course, automation. So in terms of what the RMs or the CRMs were doing earlier, I would say about through these sort of steps, 30 to 40% of what they would have had to do earlier is sort of now sort of taken care of by the platform. So that would be an example in terms of how time's been freed up for the RMs and the CRMs. This is, of course, also resulted in a direct way of refocusing the time and energy of the RMs and CRMs into more value-added work, right? So it allows them to focus more on bringing in insights while they go through the whole credit process. Sort of for the RMs especially, to spend more time reaching out to their customers. And yeah, so that's how it's sort of turned the way or transformed the way that the RMs and CRMs work to make it much more productive, right? And the whole credit review process itself is like a cycle, right? So we have seen significant reduction in that cycle time as well, in the time, for example, the RMs and CRMs would take to finish the whole credit review process.